Coconut oil has long been hailed as the Swiss Army knife of health food, equally useful in a high-heat stir-fry as it is in a DIY hair mask. However, as we move through 2026, the industry is facing a reckoning. Recent investigative reports and massive manufacturing failures have revealed that many standard grocery store jars are hiding a darker side. From the physical danger of glass shards to the invisible threat of toxic chemical solvents and heavy metal bioaccumulation. The purity of coconut oil depends entirely on how it is handled from the tree to the shelf. While the fruit itself is a powerhouse of medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, and lauric acid, industrial shortcuts like high-heat refining, bleaching, and deodorizing, RBD, can strip away its benefits, often leaving behind harmful residues. Please like the channel and subscribe for more amazing updates. 8 coconut oil brands to never buy again. 1. Trader Joe's, the March 2026 glass recall. Trader Joe's has faced a difficult start to 2026. Following a massive manufacturing failure at the Ajinomoto Foods facility, multiple products were recalled due to glass fragment contamination. While the focus was initially on frozen rice dishes, the recall expanded to include kit-style convenience items and ingredients sourced from shared suppliers. The risk, fragments traced back to a vegetable supplier, carrots, have raised questions about the brand's broader quality control for items packaged in proximity. The verdict, until Trader Joe's can verify a total clean slate for their supply chain, their budget-friendly oils are currently under intense consumer scrutiny. 2. Nature's Way liquid coconut oil, the fractionated fallacy. Marketed as premium source, this liquid oil remains a staple for those who hate the solid texture of traditional coconut oil. However, in 2026, health advocates are flagging the aggressive processing required to keep the oil liquid at room temperature. The problem: to stay liquid, the oil is fractionated, a process that removes nearly all the lauric acid, the very compound responsible for coconut oil's antimicrobial and immune-boosting properties. The verdict: you are paying a premium price for a highly processed product that lacks the primary nutritional benefits of the whole food. 3. Great value, Walmart, the hexane and solvent concern. Walmart's Great Value refined coconut oil is often the cheapest option on the shelf, but that low price comes with a chemical cost. Independent testing in 2025 and 2026 has found that mass-market refined oils frequently contain trace amounts of hexane, a neurotoxic solvent used to extract the maximum amount of oil from the coconut meat. The risk: unlike expeller-pressed oils, these budget-refined oils use chemical baths to strip away the scent and color, making them a poor choice for health-conscious cooking. 4. Kirkland Signature, the bulk transparency gap. Costco's Kirkland Signature Organic Virgin Coconut Oil is beloved for its massive 84-ounce jars. However, 2026 citizen science audits have highlighted a lack of transparency regarding lot-by-lot heavy metal testing. The issue: because Costco sources from massive, blended supply chains in the Philippines and Vietnam, the levels of lead and cadmium can vary wildly between batches. Without a published COA, certificate of analysis, for each lot, you are essentially gambling with your heavy metal exposure. 5. Luana Coconut Oil, the hydrogenation trap. Luana is a classic brand found in traditional supermarkets, but many of its products are highly refined and occasionally hydrogenated. The problem: hydrogenation introduces trans fats into an oil that is supposed to be a healthy saturated fat. This completely negates the heart health benefits associated with high-quality coconut oil. Has long been hailed as the Swiss Army knife of health food, equally useful in a high-heat stir-fry as it is in a DIY hair mask. 6. 365 Whole Foods Market, the BPA/BPS packaging scandal. While the oil inside might be organic, the plastic packaging used for the 365 House brand has come under fire in 2025 to 2026. The concern: coconut oil is a powerful solvent. When stored in low-grade plastic jars, even those labeled BPA-free, it can leach endocrine-disrupting chemicals like BPS and phthalates into the fat. The verdict: avoid any brand that stores fat in cheap plastic. Glass is the only 2026 safety standard for lipid storage. 7. Goya, the PAH contamination warning. Goya's coconut oil has been flagged in recent International Safety Reports 2025 for elevated levels of PAHs, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. The cause: these toxins are often introduced when the copra, coconut meat, is dried over open fires or in crude industrial kilns where smoke contaminates the oil. The risk: PAHs are known carcinogens, making traditionally dried commodity oils a high-risk factor for long-term health. 8. Crisco coconut oil, the deodorized void. Crisco entered the coconut oil market to capture the healthy crowd, but their product is the definition of stripped oil. It is bleached and deodorized to be flavorless and odorless, removing the polyphenol and antioxidants that give coconut oil its superfood status. The verdict: if you want a flavorless oil, use avocado oil. Using dead coconut oil provides no nutritional advantage over cheaper, less processed fats. 2 coconut oil brands that are real and safe. In 2026, a safe brand must provide 3 things: glass packaging, third-party testing for metals, and cold-pressed extraction. 1. Lundberg Family Farms, the purity standard. Lundberg has expanded its reputation for rice purity into the world of coconut oil. Why it's safe? They utilize a small batch cold press method that never exceeds 104 degrees Fahrenheit, preserving 100% of the lauric acid. The transparency: each jar features a QR code that takes you to the 2026 heavy metal report for that specific lot, ensuring you are consuming zero lead or arsenic. 2. All Good Coconut Oil, the B Corp champion. All Good has become the top-rated coconut oil for 2026, specifically for its slow-chill crystallization process. Why it's safe? It is packaged exclusively in tempered glass to prevent chemical leaching. The science: a 2026 double-blind study showed that All Good's oil retains 92% of its native MCTs, significantly higher than the industry average of 65%. It is ethically sourced, fair trade certified, and consistently tests as the cleanest oil on the market. 2026 safety hack: the fridge purity test. If you are unsure about the quality of the oil in your pantry, you can perform the FSSAI recommended fridge test. 1. Melt. Gently warm a small amount of oil in a clear glass container until it's a clear liquid. 2. Chill. Place it in the refrigerator, not the freezer, for 60 to 90 minutes. 3. Observe. Pure coconut oil will solidify into a uniform, pearly white block. Adulterated or low-quality oil will often show distinct layers, patches, or a yellow tint, indicating it has been stretched with cheaper seed oils or contains heavy chemical residues. The 2026 shift: viral threats, microplastics, and the new oil audit. As we move through the first quarter of 2026, the coconut oil landscape is being redefined by 2 major shifts: an increased focus on biological contaminants and the zero plastic movement. While chemical solvents were the primary concern 5 years ago, today's shoppers are dealing with a more complex set of industrial failures that have led to unprecedented recalls. 1. The hepatitis A outbreak, March 2026. One of the most alarming safety alerts of early 2026 occurred on March 5th, when international health agencies issued a high-priority recall for Favorita-graded coconut and related processed coconut fats due to hepatitis A contamination. The exposure: viral contamination in coconut products often traces back to poor water quality during the wet processing phase or unhygienic handling at the source. The lesson: this incident has proven that even shelf-stable or frozen coconut products aren't immune to biological pathogens. In 2026, the safest brands are those that utilize closed-loop, automated extraction to eliminate human contact and environmental water exposure during production. 2. The microplastic leaching crisis. A landmark study published in early 2026 has confirmed that edible oils, particularly coconut oil, are highly efficient at pulling microplastics from their packaging. The lipophilic risk: because microplastics are lipophilic, fat-seeking, they migrate into coconut oil at rates 2 to 5 times higher than into water-based foods. The heat factor: many consumers store their oil near the stove, unaware that even moderate heat, common in kitchens, accelerates the degradation of PET and PP plastic jars. By the time you reach the bottom of a plastic tub of coconut oil in 2026, you may be consuming thousands of invisible polymer fragments. 3. Regenerative organic versus copra commodity. The industry is splitting into two distinct tiers. On one side is the copra economy, where coconut meat is dried in open-air kilns, often exposed to smoke, mold, and dust before being chemically refined. On the other is the regenerative organic certified ROC movement. Why ROC matters. Brands with ROC status in 2026 must prove they are not only organic, but also improving soil health and farmer livelihoods. These brands, such as All Good and Lundberg, avoid this smoke drying, copra, method entirely, opting for fresh centrifuged or cold-pressed methods that preserve the natural antioxidants, phenolics, that prevent the oil from going rancid. 4. The 2026 Clean Label Audit. To ensure you aren't buying a dead or dangerous oil, look for these 3 markers on the label this year. 2D barcode/QR traceability. Scan the bag to see the Certificate of Analysis, COA. If a brand won't show you their latest heavy metal and microbial test results, they are likely hiding a blended, low-quality supply. Glass only. In 2026, the only way to guarantee a microplastic-free product is to buy oil packaged in dark or tempered glass. Wet processed, centrifuged. This method involves spinning the fresh coconut milk to separate the oil, avoiding the high heat and chemical bleaching typical of refined RBD oils. Final safety tip. If your coconut oil has a yellow tint or a smoky aftertaste, it was likely produced using contaminated copra and should be discarded. The future of the 2026 pantry is clear. Buy less, buy better, and always buy in glass. Additionally, the Food Safety and Standards Authority, FSSAI, has recently intensified its consumer education efforts in March 2026, promoting a simple freezing test to help households detect common adulterants like palm kernel oil in their kitchen supplies.